All right, so a lot that they're setting up for the Royal Rumble, a lot setting up for tonight's Saturday Night Main Event, which I will be streaming tonight on TikTok. Same name, same logo. So if you guys want to catch me on TikTok, you're more than welcome. Yeah. So a lot was going on. New champs. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll get to that. But yeah, we're setting up a lot here. But before we get to the video, like and subscribe, and let's get to it. All right, so we start off with Sami Zayn going into the ring, and then before he could even get anything out, I mean, he said a couple words, but it wasn't even much. Trick Williams interrupts him, and Trick Williams been interrupting him since the beginning, and we all thought Sami was going to be a first opponent, but the way they've been booking this whole thing is smart because now they've done something where they can be involved with each other. They're in this fatal four-way going after the same thing. Instead of having that one-on-one match, now they did this whole thing. The way they booked it is smart. And then maybe down the line, we can have these two go one-on-one. But yeah, so he just tells Sami, look, you just can't get it done, you know, when it comes to the world title. And you're not going to get it done in Montreal in the fatal four-way. The last time you was in Montreal, you didn't even win the world title. So the WWE title, sorry. Same thing. And he goes, you know, it reminds him of that. That's the whole Roman Reigns things around that time where everybody wanted Sami to win. And it was just like, it wasn't going to happen. So I don't know why a lot of people thought that. It would have been cool, but we had to finish that story between Roman and Cody. So, yeah, it is what it is. So then Sami goes... He goes, look, because I know Trick says something about them being on the same, they're not on the same level. So Sami responds like, hey, you know, you're right about one thing. You know, we're not on the same level. You're not on the level of Sami Zayn. You know, that kind of bugs him. And any day of the week, you know, it doesn't even matter. You won't be half as good as me, is what he was saying. And he said, look, if you have an issue, do something about it. And he goes, look, I have a match with Damion Priest later on tonight in the main event. I see you tomorrow. So the answer is no. Damion Priest comes out and he gets to the ring and he basically just says, I have a theory. You know, I think you're scared of me. You know, you say things to Sami, but you never say anything to me. I think he mentioned other people. You don't really you say things to them, but then when it comes to me, you haven't said anything to me yet. Are you scared of me? So, and he goes, do something about it. And then he goes, oh, you think I'm scared? You think I won't pop off? Watch this. Hits Sami with the microphone. Just boom. And then when he hits him, Damion Priest's face, he just looks and he just makes that face like, doesn't even care. And then Trick goes to hit him and he just blocks. They're punching into the corner and then Sami grabs Damion and then he moves him out the way to punch him. And then, you know, the whole thing. Then Trick Williams just pushes Damion into Sami. And, you know, then they're bickering in the ring, talking, and then Trick Williams just takes off his shirt for whatever reason. You're already out the ring. I don't know why you take off your shirt. Did what you did already. And they're both just staring him down while they're in the ring. Then we cut to the back where Randy Orton just watching this whole thing, right? He's just watching. And then Kathy Kelly goes up to him and goes, so Randy, was this your plan? You know, not to engage? And he goes, what the hell kind of question is that? They're just like, yeah, Kelly, what kind of question is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, that's the plan. But why would you even ask that? Like, I wouldn't even tell you my plan. You know what I'm saying? I feel like these reporters or these backstage reporters, you know, whatever. Any kind of reporter just want the scoop. And it's just like, why would I tell you what I'm going to do? It's like asking a football team, hey, how are you guys going to win the Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Doesn't make any sense. But I get it. This is wrestling. Whatever. But yeah, so he just basically says, look, I'm going to win the Fatal 4-Way. So everyone is saying they're going to win the Fatal 4-Way. I don't know who's telling the truth. Sorry. Wow, I'm still sick. This guy's, I'm still sick. So yeah, he goes, yeah, I'm gonna win the Fatal 4-Way. So I think he's lying. I don't think he's gonna win. That's not fair. I shouldn't do that, but hey, whatever. So Randy Orton's lying. Trick is lying. Damien's lying. Sami, he maybe not be lying. I think he's gonna win, to be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you why, because of the whole thing. We'll get to that later on. But I feel like it's been leaning more towards Sami Zayn, because look where they're going, number one, obviously. So I've been saying that for a while. Sami was gonna win. Obviously, he's going to Saudi Arabia. It was either he was gonna win the Royal Rumble or he was gonna be in a championship match. Pick one, guys. So yeah, so basically says, oh, I'm gonna win the Fatal 4-Way. I'm gonna win that WWE Championship with the four. What the hell am I talking about? With the three most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment, the RKO. Typical. I don't want to say typical. That's kind of crazy to say. You know, it's what Randy always says, right? That's his line. That's his thing. Every wrestler has their thing. You know, John Cena, you can't see me. Randy Orton, RKO, the most dangerous. Everybody has their thing. Hulk Hogan, you know, Hulkamania. You know, everybody has their thing. Stone Cold, hell yeah. You know, The Rock, you smell what The Rock is cooking. Everybody has their thing. So, yeah, Randy Orton, I would love for him to win it, but can I be honest with you? I feel like we've already done this Drew and Randy thing so much that it's just like, and we've seen the world title thing already between those two. Kind of don't want that to happen, to be honest with you. I mean, we've seen Sami Zayn and Drew so much too, but never for the world title or the WWE title, to be, you know, to be more clear. But you get what I'm saying. So yeah. Yeah, that's how we start off the show. And yeah, that's how we good with that. All right, and then we get Carmelo Hayes versus ILJA Dragunov. But before we got to that match, it was a backstage segment with Carmelo basically going up to him saying, hey, look, the next open challenge is for you. You know, you can answer it. And it just, for a second, it just looked like he goes, oh, what do you think? I just went through a number one contenders match. I'm beaten, I'm bruised. And you think I'm going to answer the call? And he's just like, oh, all right. And he goes, you know me so well. Smacks him. He looks so crazy, man. I love that character. He's like a freaking psychopath. He kick your ass. He's one of those guys. So, and the Miz comes in and he goes, I don't understand. Whatever happened to people hating hating each other, right? And he goes, oh, like I hate you? And then he responds, he basically just says, look, what has he done for you? He goes, well, he's done more than you ever have, which is true. We gave him a title chance and he won. And the Miz, all he's been doing was just holding him down. And I don't know, it's like they put this thing between them two, they put these two into a pause. Like it was like a pause between these two. I know one attacked the other one, and then the other one attacked the other one back. And then like after that, it was just crickets. I don't know. They were teasing it, and then they just put it to the side, and then now they're bringing it back with the Miz and him. What are we doing? Why are we? Can we get it over with? And we'll get to the match because they're continuing this thing. All right. Anyway, so Carmelo Hayes and ILJA Dragunov. All right. Again, another hard-hitting match between these two. It's like these two are like soulmates in the ring. You know, it's always these two guys who always just has the chemistry. You know, everyone has, when you have chemistry with a person, it doesn't have to be romantically, people. You could have chemistry with a best friend. You could have chemistry with opponents. Just like football, you could have, you know, good chemistry between each other. It could be a good game. You know what I'm saying? The chemistry is not always about relationships. You could just have good chemistry with people as well. And business relationship, you know, anything sports wise, anything like that. But yeah, so hard hitting. There was one moment in the apron when they're both outside the ring on holding onto the ropes. And Ilya's like, he's like, yeah, let's go. I'm having a good time. Then you see Carmelo's looking at him. He's like, what's wrong with you? He's like, come on. I'm like, Ilya's a freaking psychopath, bro. I love this character. He's crazy. Again, you kick your ass. So, man, all right. So later into the match, Ilya gets into the top rope, and the freaking Miz pushes him off, and I'm like, dude, what? You would think that he would have done it to Carmelo, but he did it to Ilya. And okay, and then the Carmelo doesn't see this, and he hits him with the first 48, and he pins him 1, 2, 3. He wins, and it's like, man, the Miz he's in the back just smiling, clapping for Carmelo, and it's just like, what are we doing? Is the Miz jealous? He wants Carmelo still to be his guy. I don't know. Are we pairing them up again, or are we having them face each other? I don't know what we're doing. Is Miz just trolling us? Can we end this thing? Can we at least do a match and just get it over with? I'm sorry. The Miz, listen, all respect to the Miz. All right, he's a legend. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. But they don't need to go back to this thing between them. I'm sorry. They don't. And let's just get it over with. Please. Please, let's get it over with. I don't want Carmelo to be stuck with this thing with the Miz again. So let's get it over with, please. All right, this was one of my favorite parts of the night. Well, actually, no, it was my favorite part of the night. This interview segment was amazing. So it started off with Michael Cole interviewing Cody Rhodes, right? And he asked him, basically, look, I don't want to start off with bad memories. How did it feel, losing the WWE title? And Cody Rhodes just says, he'd rather not talk about losing the title, but regaining the title. And, how he's going to win the Royal Rumble for a third time. Michael Cole just says, he just interrupts him. Like, you know what? No. Tomorrow night, you face the man who cost you the title, Jacob Fatu. What are your feelings on that? Michael Cole was hitting him some hard questions with these feelings. Chill out with those feelings questions. I'm sorry. I love Cody Rhodes, but he's a sensitive guy. Let's relax with those kind of questions. Then Cody, he kind of like, he was about to get into it. Then you just hear Jacob's voice in the background, and he just, hell nah, this ain't going down like that. And he just comes in, and the security and Nick Aldis is there, and Cody's like, no, it's all right. And then Michael Cole, he just bugs off. He doesn't even stay there. So all right, so now it becomes a one-on-one between them, right? It's a one-on-one, and basically Jacob just tells him straight up, like, look, I'm gonna lay it down the line. I'm not gonna give it justice, but the way he delivers this, we finally get an explanation about on what happened. I understood the whole thing, but the people out there who need explanation didn't understand why Jacob hit Cody, and but it's not that hard to explain. Look at his character. And I said it in the video on that recap a couple weeks ago. Even on my TikTok, where I do skits on there and stuff, but I said it. And don't touch that, man. So basically what he says is, I was locked in on Drew for kicking my damn teeth down my throat. I was locked on Drew and only Drew. But here you come trying to be the hero. And he said the wheels were spinning, and he acted, right? And he basically told him, you touched him. Like, he basically said, you touched me. So he punched him. And you know what? Damn right. Stand on that. I'm beating the shit out of this guy who kicked my teeth down my throat, which we don't know that Drew did, by the way. But that's what he thinks. So he was locked in on Drew. Cody comes and grabs him. Again, he's a babyface. Of course, he doesn't want to win in a way like that, right? He doesn't want someone interfering in this match. But the way it was looking, Cody, I'm sorry, Cody was going to lose no matter what. And the way he explains it's just so well put. I have to look at my notes again because the way he puts it is like, it's so clear for the people who need an explanation, right? So Cody responds to him saying, oh man, the way he responded to him, like how he said this was crazy. Cody says, oh, you wasn't thinking. It was acting. And acting is what got you locked up and in prison. And when he said that, Nick Aldis was like, oh, he went there. His reaction was just like, oh, Cody, no, what are you doing? So, yeah, he got up, you know. But you know what? I respect Jacob. He was in control. It was, you could tell it was eating him. But you know what? Jacob was in control, right? So Cody says that to him. How do you say that to another man? Who's got him locked up, right? He blames him for losing the title. And Jacob goes, well, the way I saw it, Drew was already out the door. And Cody doesn't believe that. And it's like, Cody, I'm sorry. I saw it. Drew was escaping. And Cody, all he had to do was just climb out the gate or just walk by and just say, hey, whatever. But he's a babyface, right? He's a babyface. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking into it too much. But yeah. And okay, so he blames him and then he goes, nah, the way he sees it. Okay. Right. Let's get back on track. Then he tells Cody, so that's what this is about. That's what you think it is, huh? He goes, you think I'm just any Samoan you went up against? Nah, they don't make them like me no more. He said, hell, they don't even make them like me. Right? You think I'm a loose cannon? You think I'm out of control? Nah. I'm very under control. Very under control. So think about that. And it leaves Cody thinking, you have this man not losing it. And he's in control. Cody, I don't know what you started, but this man is going to kill you. You brought up some personal stuff, all because you lost your title. Again, Cody and his feelings. He says things. You better watch what you say. And this is where I think they're doing this thing where it's leading into his heel turn, and people want it right away. No, build to this. Build to the things that Cody is saying. Mistakes. He says things without even thinking. And eventually down the line, he may be a heel. And people are going to be like, yeah, boo this guy. But this is like kind of like building to that, towards that. And I like it. So, wow. This was a segment. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Like that. Just beautiful. Right before we get to the next segment, we got an announcement that Roman Reigns is going to be in the Royal Rumble. He declared himself. So it's like, this is getting interesting. Let's see what happens. All right, right before we get to the match, we had a segment with Jordan Grace and Chelsea Green, with Alba Fire there, of course. And she basically just trying to recruit her. And it was just like, she was only interested because when she mentioned, I'm going to have a match with Jade Cargill. She goes, oh, you have a match tonight? Oh, I'm game. Like, you know, she was down for it. And it was hilarious because she was just like already getting like, oh, okay. She was making plans. Oh, give her a sleeveless like suit, like just cut off. And I'm like, hey, I'm up for that. But then at the same time, it's like, Jordan Grace is better than that. I'm sorry. It will be entertaining, but nah, let's not do that. But and it's crazy because Chelsea comes out with Alba, and then in the back, she's there with her. She actually comes out and with her, which is like, it was only gonna happen one time, so it was just like a glimpse of it. She's just a muscle, right? So all right, Chelsea Green, she comes out, and then excuse me, she comes out, and then Jade comes out. Then there's one moment where the two of them are locking eyes and they're having a conversation, and then Chelsea Green just takes advantage and just beats her down, throws her in the ring, and Jordan's just clapping away. Just, I mean, again, she doesn't like Jerry Cargill, which is like real life kind of thing. So it's just like, it's not like a babyface just saying, hey, what are you doing? And it's like, dude, why do you care? You know what I'm saying? So this is like reality, and I like it. So yeah, she attacks Jade Cargill, and let's just be honest here. This was just, she got fed to Jade. Sooner or later it was gonna happen. They were building up to this thing for weeks already, where she kept running into Jade, and Jade kept bullying, like kind of intimidating her, and okay, they made a match out of it from last week where Jordan and Green were having a match, and then when she attempted to hit Jordan, she moved out the way and hit Jade. So yeah, they made a match out of it. I'm totally fine with it. So sorry, but Green just got killed here. And yeah, Jade wins. And then we get to the post match where Jordan says she basically says she talked to Nick Aldis. Whoa. And she's going to be in the Royal Rumble, but we don't have to wait till the Royal Rumble. We could do this right now. She throws the mic down, and just face to face, they're looking at each other, and Jay just blows her a kiss and just says, not today, or not tonight, and walks away. So that's how we end that. So I guess I was interesting because I thought we were going to get a match out of this, maybe put it into the Saturday night main event, but we filled something else in that card, which I'm excited for, because I hope we do this match justice, because we did not do it justice around when Vince was around. Yeah, blew that. I don't know how you blow that. We'll get to that later. But so yeah, then we get backstage segment with Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte just comes in. Charlotte has so much. She's more humanized now. I don't know. She's likable now. I like Charlotte. I've always liked Charlotte. A lot of people gave her crap, and I was just like, dude, Charlotte is a pretty cool person. I don't know her. Okay, I don't want to sit here and say like I know Charlotte, because I don't. But seeing her in interviews and seeing what she's done, on social media and stuff, she's actually a cool person. Like, you could see she's cool. I don't know her again, but just based off what I'm seeing, she seems like a cool person, and I think people are starting to see that now. And yeah, go Charlotte. I'm a Charlotte guy. I've always been. But yeah, she talks about the Royal Rumble for those two, that they're both going in, but then they're talking about they focus on the number one contender match for tonight, between the other two teams. So yeah, we're gonna get ready for that. So yeah, then I don't know, are they teasing something between these two? Are they gonna stop being a tag team? I'm pretty sure they are, but kudos to them to like keeping this as long as they have. So hey, let's see what happens. All right, so we get the MFT'S versus the Wyatt Six, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this, but all right. Before I get to it, everything just breaks loose, right? Eric Rowan, whoa, he starts taking everybody out. It gets to a point where he gets taken out by I always say, I think I'm saying it right. Tala Tonga. I always say taller. Or it's Tala. I don't know. However they say it. Right. He has the lamp. They set up to the back earlier to, you know, secure it. Then he comes back out, you know, because everyone was just taking everybody out. But, all right. There's one moment where Solo Sikoa has the lamp, right? And he smacks Dexter Lumis with the lamp in the head, and then Tama Tonga hits him with the cutthroat, and it was just like, they're gonna win, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, okay. So they lose the titles. Okay. Look, I would have cared if we didn't just get too much into it, but dude, we need to stop this, because now, okay, they have the lamp, and now they have the titles. Does that mean we're gonna continue this? So now the MFTs are really on top of the Wyatt Six. They own them right now. They have the lamp. They have the belts now. So this thing is gonna continue. I guarantee it. And don't want it to, but yeah, it's gonna happen. I can see it happening. But then, all right, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. And then we get to the backstage segment with Nick Aldis, and then R-Truth comes in. He says, "Hey," he keeps bringing up. This year they didn't do the whole thing with the balls and the name in it, and, you know, doing the little, you know, and okay, you get this number. So that didn't happen. But Truth gives him, he hands him his balls. He's like, "Hey, secure my balls." AJ comes in, and then he goes, "Look, Truth, I can't do this with you right now." He goes, "All right, but just know, I know my balls are secure." And AJ goes, "What's that about?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Look, are you sure you want to put your career on the line?" And AJ goes, "I hope you didn't bring me to SmackDown just to ask me that." He goes, "No." Shinsuke comes in the frame, and he says, "Everybody's asking AJ, you sure you want to do this?" It's like, dude, he made up his mind. It's over. The match is booked. So he goes, "Okay, so before you get to that match with Gunther, let's go one more time. We're getting Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles in a Triple H kind of era. So I hope they do this justice." Vince did not do it justice. That WrestleMania match was trash. The heel turn was cool with Shinsuke, but everything else was trash after that. And it was just bad. It was a lot of low blows, a lot of cock going on in that feud. A lot of cock. Yeah, sounds crazy, but it was a lot of cock stuff going on. But so yeah, we were getting this match again, and I hope they do it justice. Please, let's get a good match out of these guys. Please, I'm just begging, like, please, let's get a good match out of this. Like, I beg of you, let's get a good match out of this. All right, and then we get a match between Nathan Frazer and Johnny Gargano. About time. They've been doing this for like weeks. Even when Tommaso was still around, they've been doing this thing with this mask. It's been going on for too long. And then yeah, great match between these two. Of course, it's Nathan Frazer and Johnny Gargano. Nathan Frazer's like, his speed, man, is ridiculous. And Johnny Gargano is just, he's Johnny wrestling. So it's a shame. I want Johnny to do more on the roster, to be honest with you. He should be doing more, not this. Let's end this crap, man. Let's move him on. Let's make him a babyface again. You know, let's make him that babyface, that underdog. He's such a good role in that. Him being a heel right now is like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it, but I don't know. Let's see what they do with it. But yeah, because now that Tommaso's gone, it's like, what are we doing? I don't know. He's paired up with his wife. It's cool and all, but she doesn't even wrestle anymore. I don't even know what's going on that she's not even wrestling right now. But hey, don't know. I really don't know. But so Axiom grabs his mask, right? She leaves it on the table, and he like sneaks up and grabs the mask. He puts the mask on backwards on her face, and that leaves John Gargano to try to help her, and she swings and just punches him in the face. And then Nathan Frazer just, takes advantage and does a roll up 1, 2, 3. Nathan Frazer wins. Nathan Frazer, there we go, I got it, wins. And Johnny's just in that ring. He's just, and it's just like, it seems like this is like some bully stuff going on here. It's like 2 against 1. Even though he has his wife there, but it's just like, it's still 2 against 1. Axiom takes the mask back. He has it back. Then Candice steals it back and she runs away with it. And it's just like, we did all that for what? I thought this was going to end right there. We got the mask back. Done. Let's leave it alone. No, she takes the mask back. Why? Just why are we doing this still? This is another thing where we need to just leave alone. Just leave it alone, please. I don't want to see this anymore. Unless John's going to get a new tag team partner, but even then, please, let's just end this. We should just ended it right there. So I don't know what their ideas their plans are to just keep going with this. Then we get a Kathy Kelly interview segment with Nia Jax and Lash Legend. They talk about being number 1 contenders, and then they're gonna go to the Royal Rumble and win, and to face for the title. I mean, they both can't win, so, but yeah, they're lying. That's all I have to say. They're lying about the one part, should I say? I don't know about what's gonna happen with the next part, but they're also lying about that one too. So yeah, I don't see them winning any of them. But hey, good on you girls for believing. I'm not gonna crap on your dreams. That's all I have to say with that. Man, that sounded so. I'm so negative, am I? I can't always be positive with these things, but hey, you go, girls. You go. All right, then we get a in-ring segment with Drew. Drew. All right, so he mentions the whole Jacob Fatu thing. Like he didn't kick his teeth down his throat, and if he did, he'll be bragging about it, which is true. So I think Drew is telling the truth there. I think he is. I don't think he would lie about that part. I think he will brag. He will brag about it. So yeah, whoever attacked Jacob, I feel like it's gonna be a reveal. I don't know when, but they're gonna do it. And no, let's not do that. Let's not do this whole Cody thing. That would be lame. Let's someone else, please. Someone else. Then then he starts mentioning everybody in the Fatal 4-Way match. He mentions Trix. He goes, "Go get him, kid." Nothing bad to say there. Then he says, "Damian, if I see you in the Rumble, I'll end your career." Okay. Damn. Then he says, Randy. He goes, "Oh, not the same, legend killer, Randy." Basically, he's saying that Randy Orton's not the same anymore. He's more chill and stuff. And the Randy that can't get it done anymore. So, no, he mentions all that. And it's just like, be careful. Be careful. Watch out, Drew. And then he mentions Sami Zayn. Wow. So, he says Sami Zayn is obsessed. Well, he's concerned. Let's use that. That's what he said. Not obsessed. He said he's concerned about winning the big one. And he's concerned about disappointing people. And then he mentions his son. Oh my God. Drew is a savage. He mentions his son and he goes, I think he said he's already disappointed. His son's already disappointed in Sami because the moment he was born, when he opened his eyes, he realized Sami Zayn was his father. I'm just like, oh my God. Drew, what are you doing? That is just crazy to say about someone. Or that's crazy to say about someone's kid that's how they thought about them. And it's just like, Drew, you're a bastard. And I love you at the same time, but geez, that was a low blow. Then we cut backstage with Ray Phoenix and Trick Williams is walking by and he goes, "Oh, no charity work." I don't know what that was about. Well, I don't know. And then Ray Phoenix just says, "Hey, I didn't forget about what you did in our match." And then Trick says, "Oh, you got some good memory, huh?" Yeah, Trick Williams' reactions is so hilarious. I swear he's gonna be a top star for many years to come. He says, "All right, look, when he wins the WWE title, he'll give him that first crack of the title, of that first title shot, and then he says, if only I remember your name." Walks away, and then Ray Phoenix goes, "You'll remember me." Then we cut to another backstage segment with Kit Wilson, and he's getting interviewed. And he all right, he's talking about this whole thing with the toxicity stuff. I don't know what this toxic stuff. I don't know. Matt Cardona comes into the frame. He goes, "What's your problem with me?" And he goes, "Oh, you're toxic." It's just like he's calling I don't know, he's calling certain people toxic. They're toxic, and it's just like, all right. And then he goes, you know, just step up and we could do it in the ring the next time. And he goes, "See, right there, toxic." And he just walks away, and then he goes right back to talking to Kathy, and it's just like, Kid Wilson is a goof, and I'm all up for it. I like a goof in wrestling. I like the goofs. You gotta have the goofs in wrestling, because if you don't have that, everything's just always so serious. It's just nah. It makes the show. It doesn't balance the show out. You gotta have series. You gotta have goofs. You gotta have oh my gods. You gotta have all that stuff all mixed in together. But yeah, then we end that one. All right, now we have the number one contenders match, the triple threat number one contenders match with Charlotte and Alexa, Giulia and Kiana James, and Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Very shocking on the winners. I'm going to be very upfront about that one. So before I talk about the winners, it was a moment where it was a lot of back and forth going on. Lash hit the Lash in section. Wow. I can't even say the word. She hit the Lash in section. Oh my God. I can't get this word right. The Lash in extension. There we go. I couldn't even say the damn word. She hits that, and she attempts. Well, she didn't even get the attempt. Charlotte just came out of nowhere with a spear, and then as that and all that going down, Kiana with great ring awareness, she just throws herself in there and just pins Alexa. And 1, 2, 3, they win. And I'm like, interesting. So that tells me they're supposed to be a heel team, right? That tells me right there, if they're doing that, they're gonna face. Well, first of all, we have to do the match between Rhea and Io against Judgment Day, Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. That tells me they might retain now if these two are going after the titles. But then again, stranger things have happened, right? They might have Liv and Roxanne win. Who knows? But I think they have bigger plans for Liv. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, they're the number one contenders now. Shocking. That was a shock. But that was a good ring awareness. It was just that the way all that played out was just like, Kiana James, you all right. Then we get a backstage segment with Sami going up to Damion while Damien's getting ready. He apologizes about earlier. Damion tells him not to get involved because Sami's already saying, "Oh, I'll help you out, or else I'll go out there." And he's just like, "No, don't get involved." And in his match, because you have this thing where you interfere in a lot of matches, and then Sami's just like, he tells him, "You." Oh man. So Sami, he literally just says, what did he say again? He says, you don't tell me what to do, and you don't tell me where to go. And Damien's like, what? It's like, Sami, chill. Whenever Sami gets into a competition with someone and he just he just blacks out. I don't know, Sami, you're bugging out. Chill. Stop trying to pick fights with everybody, because you know it's gonna you make too many enemies like that. Especially when someone tells you, "Look, don't do this." They're not telling you to do it. They're not ordering you. Just don't get into the match. I don't know why Sami took that personally. He just thought about it like, man, who are you to tell me what to do and where to go? It's just like, oh my God. And then it was just funny because Damien's reaction just seemed so real. He goes, "What?" He goes, "What's going to happen if I show up?" He goes, "You know what's gonna happen if you show up." And then Sami just looks to the distance and he goes, "You know, I have some business. I'll see you when I see you. I have some business I need to take care of." He goes, "Yeah, handle some other business." Damian walks away, and then Sami's walking up and Drew's in the frame, and I'm just like, he's just smiling with the title. He's just like, Drew is just, I'm sorry, Drew deserved it. Sami smacks the hell out of him. Like the whole hallway, you can hear it just plow and just walks away. And Drew's holding his face, pissed. He got smacked. Like, it was hard. And you know what? I'm sorry. He deserves it. Come on. You don't say that about somebody's kid. Like, that's crazy work, Drew. You can't expect someone not to, react that way. Sami had every right to smack the hell out of him. I'm a father myself. Somebody said that to me. I'm smack the shit out of you, too. Don't say that. You don't say that to people. But then we cut to another backstage segment with AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes stops him. He goes, "Hey," and AJ goes, "Look, if you're gonna tell me, am I sure about putting my career on the line?" And Cody goes, "No." He goes, "When everything's on the line, you do your best. You're at your best." Sorry, he says you're at your best. And AJ shakes his hand, and then Cody goes to his bus, and then Drew McIntyre posted a flyer or his picture with him with the title, and it says "The Real American Dream." Cody just shakes his head. He leaves it there. He doesn't even take it down. He just leaves it there and goes in the bus. And I'm just like, what? You're not gonna take it down? Okay. So Drew, you're starting a whole bunch too. You got guys like Sami and Drew. They start with a lot of people and then don't expect to get, a receipt. It's wrestling, man. You're gonna get your receipt. Then we get an interview backstage with Giulia and Kiana. Giulia starts speaking Japanese, and then Kiana goes, "All right, I'm gonna." Basically, she just says, "I'll tell it to you in a short way that they're gonna go on to win the titles and face whoever the winner is at Saturday night's main event." And yeah, that's basically it. Then we get an OBA video package again. It's been going on from Raw and SmackDown from back to back to back. I think they're just gonna debut him in the Royal Rumble at this point. So it's at this point, just don't show him up until the Royal Rumble. Just keep doing these, hyping him up so people know who this guy is. Like, who is this guy? Then when he comes into the Royal Rumble, it's like, who the hell is this big motherfucker? And so yeah, let's debut him that way, and I think he's going to kill everybody. All right, now we get to the main event. We have Damion Priest versus Trick Williams. All right, I just want to get straight into it. This video is already long. Okay, go back and forth between the two, and then Sami comes out when Damion already told him not to come out, and he does it anyway. See, Sami does whatever he wants. So you start problems, you're gonna get a receipt. And when you start not listening, then when things start happening, don't expect them not to go the way you thought it was gonna go down. So at one point he's next to the ring announcers. Trick has Damion. He grabs Damion and then he throws Sami into he throws Damion into Sami. and then he puts Damian back into the ring, and then Sami, he gets upset. Okay, I understand that, but again, you were out there, and you should never went out there. And he attacks Trick Williams. Then this whole brawl between all of them. Then Trick Williams gets on top of everything, right? So you think the show is going to end. He's on top. His song plays. But then Randy Orton just comes out of nowhere and turn. You can never turn. Don't watch your back. He literally warned you, Trick. He told you this. RKO to Trick Williams. And Randy Orton's laughing, he's celebrating. Then Sami Zayn comes, and they're locking eyes, and then all of a sudden, RKO to Sami Zayn. Nobody's safe with that. And then we end the show with Randy Orton on the apron, celebrating. And yeah, that's how we end the show. Look, Sami's gonna win. I think he is. After all that, what they did with him and Drew, and what they're building, yeah. And they're going to Saudi Arabia. Come on. So yeah, Sami's gonna win. I think he's gonna win. I'm sorry, you heard it here first. He's gonna win, and I'm pretty sure other people have said it already too. It was either Royal Rumble or have this title match, and I think that's what they're going for. They're gonna do this title match between Drew and Sami, and let's see what happens there. But yeah, it should be a good Fatal 4-Way match. I'll see you guys tomorrow at my live stream on TikTok. Again, I'm trying to build enough people to do live streams on YouTube. I'm not there yet, but we'll get there. So yeah, I'm just generating all my fans there first, and I do skits over there, and then I'm bringing them all to YouTube. But I'm still gonna do the TikTok thing, but I'll be doing more of the skits there, and then just focus on YouTube, doing the live streams and doing the videos like I always do. But yeah, guys, like and subscribe, and I see you guys later on. See you on the next one.